All right, so our first guest, I like to say he was a legend in the Mayfair scene, opened one of the best R&B based, best atmosphere. He opened a club called Anaya, which was a small capacity, but he had the ability to create such a social club. And the guy behind everything, his name is GurJ. He's here today. He's our first guest. And I'd like to big him up. And he's such a good friend of ours. And I'm happy to have him on this show. So let's start. Let's start from the beginning, GurJ. Like, how did you start? How did you get inside the industry? What made you go into nightlife?
Yeah, well, listen, first, thanks for the intro.
Yeah, I tried to make it.
Yeah, I was trying to guess who that was for a minute. We're talking about me.
Yeah.
How did it all start? On the door.
Mm.
Yeah, I was on the door. So I was working in the city. I met a guy called Fowler who was running a security company. They were looking after Bar Rumba and the Saint, places like that. So yeah, we just started chatting. He said, he goes, do you train and bits and pieces? And I was like, yeah, I love my boxing and love my kickboxing. And he goes, you ever thought about doing a bit of door work? And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. So he hooked me up, put me on at the Saint Bar, started doing a few shifts down there. And then that followed on. I moved over to Twice as Nice, and over to the Coliseum. Soon moved back. Didn't hang about there too long. It was like a war zone down there. So yeah, too dangerous for me. And came back, and not long after that, met up with a guy, Mal Barr, who was running TSS at the time, and they were looking after the best places. Titanic, 10 Rooms, Sugar Reef.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, remember that?
Yeah, what a place. And he said to me, he goes, GurJ, look, I've got a job for you. He goes, you're perfect for it. And I was like, okay, look, where am I going? Where am I going? He goes, there's a new club open up called Red Cube.
Yeah.
So one of Mark Fuller's new places with Marco Pierre White. And yeah, he put me down there with a great bunch of lads. One of the guys, Fran, he was dating Natasha Hamilton.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then we ended up going down there, and that place was just wow. I'd never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
And it was really at that point where I started thinking, wow, this is where we got to work our way. We got to get a club.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm working the door for about 50, 60 quid a night. So I'm thinking, like, how am I going to get there? And I started just sort of really sucking in all the info that I was getting from owners, from promoters, from just people in general in clubland. Like, how could I get further in this industry? How can I? And at the time, the student scene was huge, and especially for Asians.
Yeah.
At the time, Asians they weren't as diverse as they are now. No. Now we're so multicultural, we mix with everyone. At the time, it was like we didn't want to mix with anybody. It was it was us, and we had our thing going on. And a friend of mine, DJ H, he's huge on the circuit at the time. He still is, to be fair. He said to me, GurJ, you seem to know a lot of these club owners. And he said, do you think you could get me a club?
Yeah.
I said, no problem. I can do that in a minute. And he said, right. He goes, listen, if you can get me the club, he goes, I could do the gig. And I think it took me sort of 5-10 minutes to organise it, because back in those days, we used to have a structured deal, didn't we? We used to do our stuff, 20 promoters. That's what it is. One phone call. Yeah, have you got this date available? Yep, come down.
Yep.
Boom, we were done. And at the time, there was a club that used to be above what is London Hippodrome now. I think it was called Shush at the time, I think. Or Voodoo Lounge originally, then it came Shush Rooms. And we done a gig up there, and it was done over in 4 days, and we ended up with like 500 people in there. And I just made a wad of cash out of it. And I was like, mate, this is where 1,000 events later. So, and then that, obviously, as that was pushing and pushing and pushing, and we were getting so high profile in the industry, we were just, we became the real, I would say sort of one of the forefront of the Asian front at the time. We took people now that are really high on the spectrum on the Asian scene, and we were giving them DJ slots. We wasn't even paying them a lot of money, because at the time, I think it was like petrol money and stuff like that we were giving them. And now these guys they're presenters on BBC Asia, and they're rolling out on big wedding platforms. I mean, like, one of your guys, rugs and stuff like. These guys were 10 quid. There you go, man. 10 quid. And I'll give you a couple of tokens at the end of the night. Buy yourself a vodka and Red Bull. Knock yourself out. And then, but yeah, so we just grew and grew and grew and grew and grew. And by sort of 4 or 5 years, we were just like, look, listen, this is the only place to go. We got to get a club by any means necessary. And I'd met a guy called La who was head doorman over at home. He'd become he still is one of my best friends, if not my best friend. And then we just joined up our pennies, got together what we could. We had another investor as well that helped us out massively. And that was it. And we got the keys to Anaya in a deal that was the most shoddiest deal I've ever seen. So
that's what happened.
Yeah, it was done at Jumeirah Car Park Hotel. In the car park, we gave him money in a bag, which he threw in the boot of the car and drove off. And I was like, "Shit, have we just been done?" You know what I mean? I was like, "We're fucked." You know what I mean? And it was, I thought we'd been done. Yeah. But lo and behold, he came back to us a few hours later and said, "No, it's all done." And then here you go. Here's the keys to the club.
Okay.
And we walked into
no lease, no contract, nothing.
It all came in.
Okay, by bit by bit.
Bit by bit. You know what I mean? But I weren't emailing back. It was my postal service, Yeah. But I don't think they really wanted to give us anything. And then I hadn't even really seen the club much either before I even got it. And what I didn't realise was that I walked in. One, it was a complete shithole. I think that was evident for everyone to see. And second of all, it was either side of 2 fish restaurants. Which our AC units combined. Yeah. So the whole place stunk of fish. Oh wow. And you could actually see the particles going through. Like, I was like, man, what's going on? So that was problem number one. Yeah. Yeah. This place stinks like Billingsgate. Yeah. You know? And it was just shit. You know? But yeah, so lo and behold, we just took it from there, and then the story really started from there.
So what time period was this, GurJ?
So it's around about 2000. We just started about 2011, 2010. Yeah, around about that sort of time. And so I'll actually, when we first got that week we got it, I remember that week like it was yesterday. And I coming in there, now we're West End club owners, living life. We've got no stock. No. We've got no money. Yeah. No. We've got no ice buckets. We've got no glasses. We've got no staff.
That's yeah.
So we're like, we're opening in 2 days. How are we gonna? Yeah. And we're like, oh shit, no one thought about this. No one thought about this. Yeah. So we just literally, we ran around and Beckham, was a friend of Julian's as well. He helped us out, and his cousin Remy, who became our general manager, who's very, I think his brother must have been, remember Manuel from 40 Towers? Yeah. Yeah, he was like, that's what I think he describes him best like that, that he was just...
But he was a worker though.
Oh mate.
Yeah.
This guy would take a bullet for you.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
A bullet for you. But he was just an accident waiting to happen, wasn't it? So somehow he got in his cousins, his kids, and God knows, and that was our bar staff. We begged, borrowed and stole some stock. Yeah. And then we opened up to a massive night of 9 people.
So you opened the club without just say, yeah, let's go?
Not even a flyer, mate.
Ooh.
Wow.
Not even a flyer. And this is coming from someone that's done over 1,000 gigs.
But what, like, with all that experience and promotion that you have, why do you not put that into when you opened the venue straight away?
Okay. So we'd spoken to a lot of people. Yeah. And we were just like, look, okay, I'm well connected. Surely we're going to get a few of our pals turn up. Yeah. Nobody.
It shows.
Ouch.
That shows.
And that hurt, man.
Yeah.
That hurt. And that's when I sort of began to realise that when you start to step up your levels, some people don't really like it.
Someone wants to bring you down.
Yeah. And there's a few people that you think they're your pals. Yeah. But actually, no, they're quite happy to watch you fall flat on your face.
Absolutely.
So and that was a real that was a real eye opener for me. And I had to digest that and think, you know what, shit, I've gone from this tiny sort of this pond that I was swimming around in as the big fish, controlling everything that was going on. I was making sure that nobody was doing parties on the same day as us. Yeah. There was a lot of intimidation. There was other things going on that we were up to, and to make sure that we had the monopoly and we were consistently successful. Now all of a sudden I'm now being thrown into the ocean, and I'm surrounded by sharks, and nobody wants you there. You're another competitor. Yeah. So from now on, boom, we're going to take you out to go, and that was it. So
So it got competitive real quick.
Instantly.
Wow.
Instantly. From people that we know.
Yeah.
Other club owners we know, because now you've set up a club.
Of course.
And we're in Mayfair, you know, setting up with a fish stall, you know, effectively.
Because that location was always seen as a hard location because it's in the they see it's like an alley in a way, because Cuckoo was up the road, and then if you go down the road on High Street, Aura was there.
You know, going into that road, it's a very prestigious road, Swallow Street. So it's owned by the Queen, and it's the Queen's property company. They sort of run it and bits and pieces like that. So. Do you ever watch that program, Keeping Up with Appearances?
Yeah.
You ever see that one?
Yeah.
We were the guys in the cortina and you know, coming down with the bags hanging out, wearing white vests, and you know, and we were the noisy neighbours.
Yeah.
You didn't want us moving in.
No.
You were like, you just looked and you just saw your property value drop considerably when we turned up, you know. And I remember the guys. Sorry, what was the club on the corner next door of Viraswamy? Cuckoo Club, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
when we turned out, they were like, wow.
They hated us, man.
Wow.
Passion.
Who are these guys?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we came in. And I think going back to the fact that we opened and that success wasn't there, it just made me just more and more determined. I was like, there's no way I'm going to let this fail.
No.
Yeah.
I said, whatever it takes, I'm going to push this.
Yeah.
And, we were doing silly hours,
Yeah.
you know, all day, all night.
Yeah.
Pushing and pushing, you know, making the calls, ringing people constantly, just hassling them. Look, you know, help us, do this, give us one table, and just trying everything within our means to try to get to that stage where not even make money.
Yeah.
Just pay the bills. You know, we were ducking and diving everything. You know? So, for us at the time, we were getting close to Christmas. So I think it was the first week of December, around that sort of time, and rent was due at the end of December, and we were skint, like skint, you know. And you know, we just didn't know what was gonna happen, and I had a call from actually one of your guests in the future, Colin Francis. So Colin rings me up and. Yeah, he's so bubbly, Colin. Just a top, awesome guy. GurJ, how's the club going?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking brilliant. I said, we're having a great time. I said, mate, this club's killing. He's like, oh, right. He goes, I haven't heard too much about it, Cole. Oh, Cole, listen, you got to come down here. We're brilliant. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely. And he said, I've got a party for you.
Oh, yeah.
I said, is it? I said, when's that? And he goes, when's the date? And give me the date. And I was like, oof, I don't know. So I think I might be booked up. He goes, is it? He goes, can you move it? I said, I don't know, Cole. I have to check my diary. I'm looking at the diary. The diary's fresh. Like, there's not even a date in there. There's not even a pen mark in there. I haven't even put a dot in there to put someone in there. Yeah. I'm like, Cole, give me 5. I'll ring you back. Yeah. So then put the phone down and I'm just like, you know, just trying to look at the watch.
Yeah,
trying to make it look like they were super busy. Yeah. So then I run Cole back up and I said, Cole, listen, mate, yeah. I said, for you, bro. I said, I'm going to do it for you. He said, great. I said, what is it? Can't tell you. I said, I've got to know. I said, I'm cancelling someone for you. He goes, I can't tell you. I was like, all right, okay. He goes, it's me, Jermaine, J-Funk. He goes, we're doing it. And he said, I'll keep you informed as we go along over the few days. He goes, but I'm going to need your help with a few things. I said, all right, cool, just let me know. So didn't hear from him for a couple of days, and then he sat me back. He said, right, guys, he goes, look, listen, again, I'm not going to tell you what it is. He goes, but I need you to do this. I need to have the place shut off, exclusive. No one's allowed their phones in there. I need you to fill the place full of girls. And he said, we will rock up there about 11:30, 12 o'clock. And he said, no media, no nothing. You got to have the maximum amount of security that you can have. So he's telling me all the signs, and I'm just thinking, wow, this is going to cost the earth, because how am I going to set this party up? I've got to, you know, all the security, this, that. You know, he's talking about obviously stock, what he wanted, Don P, Cristal, this. I'm thinking, shit in my mind, because it's like a calculator, just going, da, 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 and the numbers are just going, da, da. And I said, look, Cole, this has got to be worth it, man. You've got to let me know. So I've done all this, and I think we must have been about a day away from the party. I said, Cole, you got to tell me what this is. I said, because I've got fridges stacked full of high-end booze. I've got a club full of Babe Station, Television X, Loading Magazine, right? You name it. Every glamour girl that's out there is parking up here.
Yeah.
What is it? And he goes, I've got you Man City's Christmas party.
Yeah.
Nice.
Come on.
How did you feel when you heard that?
Cha-ching!
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, I was super nervous as well because this was party on another scale.
Yeah.
You know, and then Lar, like my business partner, he's pacing up and down as well. And he's all mushed head.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah. And I was like, we just need this. And I just hope that these guys spend. And Colin and had asked for a substantial amount of money for it as well to get it and all the rest of it. The deal as these deals work out, which is still, and then the night rolled on. It rolled in. Sorry.
Yeah.
All these girls are in there. We've given them all loads of free drinks. There's a bottle, and we've been told to put a Magnum bottle on each table. So which we did, and around about 11:30, one of the Man City representatives pulled up, and he's like, "Look, they just played Arsenal, and they're on way."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, here we go." A few of the paps had found out now, so there's a few that have started to, a few that we knew, and I was like, "Look, how do you find? Look, because obviously they got their sources."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all the 7-seaters and everything just started to pull up, boom, 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 boom. But every person getting out was in fancy dress.
Yeah.
So the first two, there was Iron Man got out, Captain America got out, Willy Wonka got out. Yeah. Like, it was just, and I didn't recognise anybody.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, is this definitely Man City? Because everyone's faces are covered, And then as soon as they got in the club, obviously, it was the masks come off, and then it was like, yeah, shit, it's a Misha Richards, it is that. And then I had to go speak to Vincent Company. And he's a big dude.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. Wouldn't want to be playing a striker against him, man, but he's scary. And he was even scarier because he was dressed as Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Which is not frightening. These would have scarred kids for life.
Yeah.
Nobody would have ever watched that film again. And he's gone to me, right, he's holding his card.
Yeah.
And he went, right, don't take the piss.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. and he just, I put my hand out and he just dropped. And it's the first time I've seen a Centurion card.
Yeah.
Black Amex. And he just dropped it. And it's really heavy. Boom. And it's like Snoop Dogg's video when you get past the magic stick and the light comes up. And it was just like, shit. And I was like, yeah, let's go. Yeah. And he goes, right, just rock it. Let's go. And
it's open bar.
Let's have it.
Because
when bar, black card.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good night.
That's rent there, covered and some.
Jules is staggering in.
Yeah.
He's around. And we were not really allowed to invite anybody, but our close few friends, like, wasn't a lot. I mean, probably talking like 4 or 5 guys, max out. Yeah. We didn't want to ruin it. And then that was it. And the party just went off. It went off. And we got an extension that night. So it went on till 6 o'clock in the morning. And it was just firing. It was just firing. The music was just kicking. It was, obviously Cole was playing. Yeah. And it was just one of the best, if not the best party I've ever been to. And it was around about 4:30 in the morning. And Balotelli comes up to me. He's done. He's done. Yeah. And he's come up to me and he's like, so he goes, what's Vinny spent? And I said, I don't know. I don't know. He's like, nah, tell me what you spent. And I said, I honestly don't know. I said, it's a tally on the till. I said, I don't know. And he said, how much for that fridge? And I'm like, what, fridge? What? And he said, no, what's in the fridge? Yeah, like this. I was like, why do you want to buy a fridge, mate? So I said, what's in the fridge?
You wouldn't be surprised, right?
Yeah, but no, it's a pretty leery night, So he goes, what's in the fridge? So I'm like, cool, okay, so Remy, get over here. So Remy comes, so Remy, calculate the fridge, calculate, quick. Remy up, trying to get his phone out to add all this, and we just gone, 50 grand. Right, 50 grand. And he went, I'll have it. What? What? Remy, get the condom, get the condom. Like, Remy's running. And he's come back, and I'm talking, it could have been no more than a minute. Yeah. Right? And I've just turned, and the club's packed, even the music's playing. I've just turned to go get the machine. I've turned back, and Balotelli's just gone. collapsed.
No.
Collapsed on the floor.
With a cowboy outfit was wearing,
Yeah,
isn't
with
he?
the cowboy outfit. And I'm like, shit, it's like we killed Woody from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, give him the kiss of life. Wake him up, man. Wake him up. We got to get him up. So trying to get him up, and he's out. He's out.
No.
And then some of the other City players came round and they picked him up, put him on the shoulders, and then they walked him out the stairs and took him out of the club. And I just remember looking and just
Lost
thinking,
50K
wow,
in 1 minute.
I lost 50K in 1 minute.
Ouch.
And yeah, but it was soon forgotten.
Yeah.
It was soon forgotten. It was soon forgotten. But yeah, it hurt. It hurt for that minute.
Gosh.
It hurt.
Yeah,
50 grand out. So yeah, but other than that, it was just a great night. And that,
Yeah.
Can you tell us the bill?
it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was 6 digits.
Yeah.
But what made it worse was when we went to run the card
Yeah.
at the end of the night, it didn't work. It didn't work. The card didn't work. So it was nothing to do with Vincent. It was nothing to do with him.
Broad, yeah.
But it just the card would not run. So I think a lot of the time it's because we were a basement club and it was signal. I don't know what was going on. So I'm just trying to make up something to make Vincent look all right. But the card didn't work. And Vincent just goes to me. I think he was the only sort of sober guy there. I'm feeling he was so composed. And he went to me, right, here's my number. Call me in the morning. And he goes, that'll be over to you. Gave him a call in the morning. Boom, done.
Amazing.
No drama. Paid it all up and it was all done. And we left there with a really sore head, blurry eyed.
Worth it.
What a night. What a night. And that actually gave us the money, not to actually take money, but to pay the rent and to do the refit. So once the refit was done, that's when it took it to another stage.
So interesting, because you see the London club scene, and obviously you guys have been doing it for a long time, and you just see the glitz, the glamour, the owners, and you never realise how close to the edge or the wire you can be. And then in one night, you know, it's on and you're doing refits. What a story.
Because one night can save you.
Yeah.
Because when you're planning out the week, you can sit through, say, look, all right, cool. I got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right, cool. And if you got a bad Thursday, you got a bad Friday, and you got to rely on Saturday. But when you got the killer Saturday, Sunday, mate, you can really cover some real bills with that one, isn't it?
I think owning a nightclub, you're on the verge of having a heart attack on a daily.
Yeah.
You know? And it's unique in a sense that other businesses have a level of continuity, or if you have one bad day and you roll into the next day, you know, and it sort of levels itself out. I think Jules helped with this one. I reckon 3-4 bad weeks, you're out the game. Yeah. You're finished.
Done.
Wow.
So you could lose you could have a business that's been a nightclub that's been turning over for 2-3 years. Yeah. 4 or 5 weeks and you're out. Yeah. And then that's how difficult it goes. And that's probably why you have to be so motivated. Yeah. And driven to run these operations, because without that constant drive, the chances are you're going to be unsuccessful. Yep. Yeah. And I think that's probably why you see a lot of these bars, clubs that open and close, open and close, and open and close. Because, like you're saying, everyone thinks that you buy a nightclub, come on, let's go. No. Yep. It's hard work from start to end. You never stop working. Yeah. And as successful as one night is, me and Julian, we used to finish a night at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and we were already planning. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah, straight up. We used to go, the club is on. We would be in the back of the club. Yeah. Right? Talking about what we're going to do for the next upcoming nights, because we had to just keep it rolling, no matter how successful a night was. Yeah.
And do you sort of realise in the industry that there's like a window of time? Is that how your mindset's thinking? It's like, we've got 2 years to kill it and crush it, or is it, this is going to last forever because it's just rolling when you guys are in planning mode and stuff?
Well, I think when GurJ and Anaya, good thing about GurJ is that every time he met like a few people, he managed to get them in his circle. So the more people he knew, his circle grew. Yeah. So the more promoters he got on board, the more club owners he had around him, he can spread the word quick. And back in the days was BlackBerry hype days, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate.
So BB pin was key. So having promoters and having people using their BB pin was like a big thing. Like, can you go in more detail about that? How did you obviously I know he's a social person, but I know after meetings, like people used to leave the club like, oh my God, GurJ is the man. GurJ is the man. I said, I told you, GurJ is going to get you working and doing the club nights in there. Like, do you have like a strategy, or what did you do to get like that going?
My business partner, Lai, always said about this. He said that the promoters would leave either scratching their head, thinking about what they've just signed, or walking away saying GurJ is the best guy ever.
Yeah.
You know, it was only the two.
Yeah.
Because, but either way, you got it done. And I think the most important part for me was that I wanted to understand your position, because I'd been a promoter. So I wanted to understand your position, but I needed you to understand my position.
Absolutely.
So, and also the likability factor. We've got to get it on. You know, we're going to be mates. You know, so if I went into a meeting with that mindset, but also having a clear idea of this is what's going to be the deal. Remember my black book? Yeah. I had a black book, you know, just an A4 size black book, and in there I was making my notes. So I had the deal set before you come in.
Right.
So you probably came into the meet thinking, right, I'm gonna, don't worry, you're gonna do this to GurJ, we're gonna do that to GurJ, do this, that, and the other. No. That was my deal. I'd already preset it, and you wouldn't know about that, and that's it. But because of the way I understood what you needed to do, I think that's where the attraction came, and I always sort of end up getting my way. I always end up sort of getting my way, but with certain people like Julian, we were so transparent with one another.
We understood.
There wasn't a blag to be had. You know, he was quite unique in that. But originally, he didn't even want to work with me.
Yeah, I was a bit of a dick.
Who was a dick? Okay, all right.
I don't blame him.
And I was a bit, I
don't blame him.
You can explain it though.
Because we'd gone round when we got the keys. We'd gone round to every top promoter at that time. You know, obviously from Exclusive Touch to Scintillate, to all the guys that were making a noise in the West End at that time. And there was a lot of and ahhing at the time. And the venue had a bit of a bad rep, because the guys that had it previously hadn't paid a lot of people, and it left a lot of people with a bad taste in their mouth. So they didn't want to come back there. But that had nothing to do with me.
No.
I mean, I'm new. I'm ready to go. Look, we're selling fish. We're ready to go. But I called Jules in. But you know when someone comes into the meet, this guy don't want to be here, but he's been pressured. He's been pressured to be there, right? So he's come in and he's just like, you know, like that. And he's sitting there like that, and I was just thinking, you know what? This guy it's not gonna roll. It's just not gonna roll. But I tried all my sort of techniques to try to loosen this guy up, but he weren't having it. And to be fair, I think as Jules has got older, he's become a lot more relaxed. He was quite a stubborn.
I was quite a firecracker.
So we never got the deal done.
No,
we never got it done. And I managed to find some other guys for the Saturday night, who in fairness actually done a fantastic job. W1, remember the guys?
They did well, yeah.
Yeah, they done a really, really good job. And I was out one night. I was over in a place called Jet Black, and I see Jules sort of, you know,
trotting in,
sneaking around. And
what time was it? Around 4?
About 4 in the morning. It opened at 3, didn't it?
Yeah.
So I went up to him. I said, "Look, let me buy you a drink."
Yeah.
Let me buy you a drink. 7 drinks later.
Yeah. We're there for a while.
We're on.
Yeah.
The best decisions get made at 4 in the morning. 7 drinks, right?
And that was it. We're on. And I think even his partners at the time, Van and Robbie, were like, well, hang on, Jules, like, I swear a few weeks ago you told me this guy, we can't work with this guy.
Yeah, because like my partners at the time, Robbie and Van, was like, what do you mean you're starting a night? And I said, yeah, we're going to do it. I said, why, Jules? It's not got no scale. It's not big enough. I said, no, we can make that place work. Because after meeting him, you want to make it work.
Okay.
Because the connection we have, like, it's not always about money with me, but it's also about building like a long-term friendship. And when I met him and I said, you know what, I really want to do business with this guy. And then because he has such a unique spot, and if you get the right people in there, it was going to blow up. It's going to do really well. So, and I think because our good friend back in it, Rob Tepps.
Yeah.
Rob's not with us anymore, but he used to tell me about this place all the time. Please come, talk about GurJ. And I'd be like, nah, but when my friend keeps telling me, come on, he's a good guy. And we met him in Jet Black, I said, I can see how it can work. And we went on from there, didn't we?
We did, mate. We did. And that's when the parties really started. And again, we were talking about stages earlier.
Yeah.
So that was that another stage. And that really sort of led on to the refit, and then on to what I describe as probably the best night of our lives, really. Which was the party with Drake.
Yeah.
You know? And,
Right.
So Jules have been working diligently with Drake's DJ.
Yeah.
And again, going back to the BlackBerry Messenger.
Yeah.
That was our means.
Yeah.
I remember when Vicky organised it on my phone.
Yeah.
I thought I was just like, look at me.
World's changed.
I'm just like, you know, because I'm not that tech savvy.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, this is me. You know, and you were so proud when you got someone's number. Like, someone's little digit, like, you know,
because we didn't have what we had now.
No.
There was no TikTok. There was no Instagram. There was YouTube. No one really used for club promotion. So you had your BB, your BlackBerry.
Yeah.
Facebook was still kind of around, and your Twitter, and that was it. Word of mouth was still the killer.
Right.
Yeah.
That had to be the best thing. So you had to be social and BB pin, and that was it. And there was no WhatsApp. No one was using WhatsApp.
I was using WhatsApp at the time, and flyering as well. I mean, like, we were still doing that for our events as well. Maybe not so much with Anaya. Because we were trying to go that high end route. But for all the other gigs and parties that we were doing, we were still going out buying 10, 15,000, 20,000 flyers, and having 4 teams go north, south, east, and west, and go out and fly out. You know, and that was it. And then we had a few ticket agents selling a few bits and pieces, because it wasn't an online ticket sites like that. You know? That was so easy. You could organise a party now from your bedroom.
You know, literally.
You have no friends. You could do it. At that time, you needed to have friends. You needed to be liked. You know, because it was all about popularity. Like, you could just get some kid sitting there on his laptop and then there you go. He's got a party going on, and that's it. But we had to work triple hard to get our stuff done.
To get the connections that we have and to get them rolling at that time, I would say that we had to literally go out to all the places they're at as well. So like sometimes you're like, oh, I'm not going to go out that Wednesday. I'm not going to go out that Thursday night. You had to go to it. Even you had to meet new people, because you obviously own the place. You need to see who's the hottest guy promoting it, or hottest girl DJ or anything to get in your space. And it wasn't like, you didn't have like, I don't know, like bloggers and all that stuff, or influencers. They didn't exist. So you had to go and chase who's the hottest thing. So like, let's go back to the Drake day.
Yes.
So that was a one where I think a lot of people like thought we were chatting shit.
we were there and thereabouts a bit, you know. But yeah, so Jules sort of knew the DJ.
And an agent as well.
An agent as well. So they've been working, and to book Drake, it was impossible.
No,
he didn't do clubs.
No,
you know, and our budget was probably around about 3K.
Yeah.
So I don't think he would have come for that. Probably not even a pair of trainers for him, is it really? So we had to go through this unique angle of agent, DJ, Twitter. And we're in, you know. So we've been working on it for a little while, and Julian was getting really excited about it. So it's definitely going to have definitely go. I was thinking, no, he's talking shit. You know what I mean? No, I didn't. I didn't. But I knew it was going to be risky. Yeah. Because if I remember correctly, we had to pay 4.5K or something for the DJ. Was it something like that?
We had to. So basically, our friend Sai had a club night on with Napa.
Yeah.
And was it a Monday night or Wednesday night?
It was a Wednesday night.
Wednesday night.
Yeah, it was a Wednesday
So that was a normal club night.
Yeah.
So we had to try and pay someone under the table $3,000 in cash.
Yeah.
And you had to pay someone, I think it was a bit more at the side. Something like that.
That's what I said, that 4.5.
Something like that. But it was at a peak where Anaya was popular anyway. But you wanted to leap it over to the next level.
Yeah. That's right. So, so then we've done this just obviously so they could persuade this DJ to. So it's got done. Yeah. And I was abroad. I was on holiday. I was in Goa, and I was like, Jules, I'll fly back that day. I land like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I said, but listen, don't worry, man, I'm there. Yeah. You know? So everything was arranged, and this is when it always got nervy, because although verbally we were in, the contract of that time was when they tweeted.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that was it. When it went out on Twitter,
that means the party's got it. Yeah.
This is it. Now the deal is cemented.
So this is them tweeting from their social media that they're going to be at Anaya.
Yeah.
Or it was. We didn't actually get a tweet from him, and that's what got us a bit scared.
From the DJ, wasn't it? From the DJ.
And he's best friends with Drake.
Right. Okay.
And that's the guy that's been with him all his life.
Yeah.
So that was the only way we thought we could pull it off.
Yeah.
And I think it was around, even around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, we weren't too sure what was going on. And it was even around 11 o'clock until my boy, who runs Live Base Agency, he come up to me behind me and said, yeah, you got that cash? And I went, all right, let me go sort it out. Yeah. And I went to GurJ quickly and said, I think it might go ahead.
Yeah. But it was odd. I knew, you could tell it was cooking.
Yeah.
Because the sort of the girls that were coming down were dressed different.
Yeah.
There was an extra bit of foundation and makeup and glitter and glam. There was more going on.
Yeah.
And then I think as I was standing there, I remember Ashley Cole walked in and Didier Drogba walked in. And then I was like, okay,
right,
something's happening.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, bam, Drake turned up. So we had one section of the club for him and for his crew, and then me and Jules was in there. There was people just scrambling just to get in there. Was climbing over the sofas to get in there. It was just bedlam for a while. Wasn't it? And I remember Jules reminded me of one story. This girl wearing flip flops, so she must have brought her high heels with her, but she's obviously changed to be in the flip flops to be more comfortable. Then was looking to go back to get her heels.
Yeah,
probably didn't have time because Drake's already turned up. So she's like, listen, I'll throw caution to the wind. I'll just go for him now.
Yeah,
and everyone was trying to get in this one corner, and we were in there, and obviously doing our thing and just hanging out. And it all of a sudden sort of just calmed. Like the party just sort of kicked off, and it just became calmer. And Drake's really like a really relaxed, cool guy to hang about with. He was really in that party vibe. And we started having drinks. We were chatting. I was chatting for ages and stuff like this. And I just sort of kept going off because you don't want to just hang around and stuff. So we're going off and doing our thing, doing our business, to come back and checking on him, everything good. And he said to me, "You got a mic?"
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
all right.
Yeah, you got a mic now. Our mics, we've got a couple of stories about the mics, to be fair, but our mics were pretty poor.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, yeah, no problem. I got a mic. Yeah, no problem. I got a mic. And I think I even changed. I became American. He was like, yeah, you got a mic? I'm like, yeah, I got a mic. So I'm like, Remy, get the mic. And Remy's run off and he's come back with this mic with batteries and God knows what in it.
Yeah.
So it was cordless. Like it was just shit. So anyway, I've given him this microphone. I thought maybe he's just going to shout out a little bit, whatever, but he didn't. He started to rap through the club.
Yeah.
So he's walking through the club with the mic, rapping.
Yeah. And it just, oh my God, I'm just rubbing my eyes thinking, what is going on here? Like, And then he went all the way up to the DJ booth. And the DJ booth, that was it. He went into it. And he done a good
5-6 songs.
Yeah, he done a good few tracks. It was like an intimate concert in there. And
brilliant.
It was just, mate, and again, that was another stage up where we went again. Where
everybody's talking about it, no doubt, in the West End, right?
It was a big thing because only, like, I think District at the time paid him a lot of money. It was about 60 to 80 grand to have him.
Yeah.
And we just got him under the table.
Yeah.
And he did a 5-6 song performance.
Wow.
And you got to remember, the venue's not even rammed to the rim. There's only about 80 people in there.
Yeah.
So he could just walk around freely, and all these celebrities were walking around with him. And I think that's what nailed it even more. It was more like an intimate, like hangout, really.
Yeah.
And people that turn up on that Wednesday night didn't even know the party was on. People just, that's why some girls in flip-flops, some dudes in there just thinking, what the hell, I'm in Drake's party.
Just turned up.
So I think that was the stage 3.
Yeah.
I think that was the stage 3 that everyone knew, all right,
for sure.
This is a big problem to the West End.
Well, coincidentally, actually, just with Jake as well, it wasn't long after that that we actually done season 1's Top Boy Rap Party.
Yes.
Yeah, after that.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Scorcher. And all those guys. And that was a few weeks after. So then it just started to roll in after that. But we became the sort of urban club of choice.
Yeah.
You know, if that, and no other club owner wanted to touch that music.
Yeah.
No one wanted to deal with that crowd.
I definitely agree with you.
You know, they were so frightened by it.
Yeah.
But we were embracing it. We were doing it 2, 3, 4 times a week.
Yeah.
Whereas you might get the odd club have a one night where they might throw a little bit in there, but even then it was watered down.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wanted to go to the full level that we were going at it, hammer and song. So that's when other clubs started noticing that, hang on, that there's a market here. And we need to capitalize this market, because how is this tiny little club down there on Swallow Street having queues down the road to get in? Like, how is this happening? And that's when the competition become harder.
Yeah.
But we were already at the top of the game. We were already at the top of the food chain. So there was no one was gonna touch us after that. After the Drake.
Because even after when Drake was leaving, the Paps were outside.
Yeah.
And then I feel like when the Paps were like attacking, I felt like, you know what, people they're gonna come here in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I started noticing faces outside. Same Pap guy, same dude, Ian with his long hat and everything. I started to say, "Oh, you're outside." He goes, "Yeah, someone big's coming here."
Yeah.
And it's like, who? I don't even know who's coming here. And then I think it was from after then, even on a Saturday night, I just used to turn up.
Yeah.
I see GurJ in the back of the VIP area. I go join him. Yeah. How we looking tonight, Jules? I say, yeah, we're looking.
All right.
You're right. How many tables? All tables are gone.
Yeah.
And it was more of a social club, I call it as well.
Yeah.
Because we had promoters who are now even bigger than they actually are now.
Yeah.
Like Ryan G-Man.
Yeah.
Like Ryan G-Man, he does festivals and everything like that now. He's doing really well on his brunches.
Yeah.
But he had his own little area where he was renowned for 50, 60 girls in that area, partying, selling tables. People now, to this day, still talk about the place.
Wow.
And that's the scariest thing about it.
So 10 years on.
He posted on Sunday after one of his brunches. Yeah. He's like, I'm with one of my Anaya chicks.
Yeah.
Like, on Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday, and I was like, come on.
Lives on.
Yeah. She's still here.
He must have been 24 at the time then. Yeah. So that he still got them going out with him 10 years later.
Yeah.
So it shows that place was such a place when you say to someone, "Oh, I went to Anaya," oh crap, that was the place I met all da.
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying he done such a good job in doing that, and that's why I feel like what other celebrities would you say that was like made it? Like we had quite a few in there though, didn't we?
Yeah, but I mean, it varied, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, hip hop stars from 2 Chainz and Wiz Khalifa and that idiot Tiger and
Tiger was a bit bad. Yeah,
we had sort of that as well.
Yeah,
and then we had NFL players, NBA guys.
Yeah.
Premiership footballers, okay, probably the bane of my life, because they just as we managed to capture them to start getting them in, so Sean Wright Phillips, Anton Ferner, these sort of guys, and they started to come into the club. It was around the time when Premiership clubs had really knuckled down on their players not going out and clubbing. Okay. So there'd be times when they used to go out to clubs and spend loads and loads of money. But then just as they come to us, lo and behold, the Lord would have it. Oh, you're not allowed to be seen drunk. So they really started to wind it down. But there were still nights when they went absolutely wild. And as much as footballers earn, a lot of them, they're not the cleverest of guys.
No.
So they would do some pretty stupid things, like, you know what I mean? But we always bailed them out, and we always kept them out and got them out the back door many times.
Yeah.
Many times, and got them out, so they were gone. I remember we had a few Man United players down one time, and I remember the club ringing the club saying that, "Oh, are these players in the club?" And nah, I ain't seen them. You want to go? You want to get the fuck out of here? So yeah, and they'd all booked in under different names.
Yeah.
So when they turned up, I was thinking, and I'm a United fan. I say that quite.
Yeah.
But yeah, and when I saw them coming, I was like, "What are you lot doing here?
Yeah.
You just played the game. You need to go." But then we got the club. I think we got the call with him. It was around about 1 o'clock. Got a call. Are they there? And that was it. And we sort of ushered them out. Got them out. Got out. Said, "Listen, you're gonna get in trouble here." And they were like, "Listen, 5 minutes.
Yeah,
we'll be all right. We'll be all right."
Because it was like a mixture of like footballers, reality stars. Like Towie and Made in Chelsea was, I think that was a time when they were like in every single club at one point. Yeah. They literally made Anaya their home for a while.
Yeah, each like series or show had a day.
Yeah.
So Thursday nights was run by Joe Courtney.
Yeah.
So Joe, top guy. So Joe is Kent in Essex. That was his crew. More Kent. So you would have sort of Joey Essex and that crew on a Thursday. Whereas Friday, I'd worked really hard on my Friday, but I had a bit more of a Chelsea Knightsbridge promotion team in there.
Yeah.
So we end up getting in May the Chelsea guys coming in on a Friday.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And then a Saturday was a free-for-all from Rejects, from X Factor, from Frankie Cozy and all these guys. And anybody else that was in whatever spectrum they were in, Big Brother and this and that. And it was just a who's who of who's who for 10 minutes. You know?
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of these guys now, they're just, like I said, at the time, I think Frankie actually, he come out of X Factor. I'd never seen a crowd react like they did with him. He was so popular. It was unbelievable. And I was thinking, like, this kid, like, he's just been on, a city like X Factor. I mean, X Factor's good, you know, solid program, but I'd never seen, everyone just went crazy.
But that was when X Factor was big.
Yeah,
that was that time.
You got millions and millions of people tuning in, right?
Yeah.
So, and they're falling in love with these characters. Can I just ask, like, sort of, did you like start to, like, X Factor stars? Did you start to pay them to come to the club and get them to come to the club, or they just naturally gravitated because it was one of the hot spots in London?
I mean, I think after that sort of that the little bit that was done with Drake, in and around that time, and it wasn't really directly with him. It was just us trying to hustle.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, clubs have paid 50, 60 grand for him. I think Mavida had like Kim Kardashian or something come down. They paid like 100 grand and all these. So we'd made a conscious decision, didn't we? We said, look, we ain't going down there. Like, we couldn't afford to do it anyway. At that time. But then we were like, we're not going to make any money from it. So what are we going to do it for?
Yeah, of course.
But then we just didn't have to.
No.
So people just rolled up, and then
Amazing.
they had his number, they had my number. It was just like, we're cool.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to be there. Yeah, you're going to be there. Where you going to be? Table 9, table 9. Yeah, I'll see you there. And that was it. And before you know, I'd get there. My table 9 was rammed. It was rammed before I even got there.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like, oh yeah, GurJ, your cousin's over there. My cousin, what? Who's this guy? He's like, he's not even the same skin colour.
Yeah.
He's like a different guy altogether. Like, there's like 3 black guys there, and then your cousin's over there, you know. So, but I'm like, no. They clear the table out.
Yeah.
So then we have to clear the table, and then we start again, won't we, Jules? You know.
Yeah.
And that's how the night. It pretty much started like that every single night. It was like that every single night. I'd end up with my family there, and by the end of it, it'd be like that table would change 2 or 3 times in a night. So you clear that one.
There was one point you'll buy a table at £500, and then at 12 o'clock there's a new person on the table.
Yeah.
So what happened to the next lot? Oh, they're gone.
They're gone.
She was flipping tables. She was doubling the revenue on the day.
Yeah.
And that's when I was thinking, you know what? He's using the space well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So can I flip into something we call the quick fire round?
Yeah.
You're looking a bit nervous now, GurJ. You don't strike me as a nervous guy. So, I'm gonna hit you with these. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So, who is the biggest celebrity that you've partied with or had at the club?
Drake.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Fair enough. Who has been the drunkest celeb? And you can't say Balotelli.
Kirk Norcross.
Towie.
Absolutely demolition.
Oh gosh.
Were you there, Jules?
Yeah.
Who's been the biggest spending celeb?
None of them. They're tightwads, mate. All of them.
Really?
All of them.
Wow.
All of them. They don't spend nothing.
No.
They don't spend nothing. They're there. They expect a freebie.
Yeah.
They expect a freebie. But we gave them the special, Jules, didn't we?
Yeah. Can we talk about that?
We gave them
Club promoters.
You'll know what we're talking about.
We gave them the special anyway. They were well looked after.
Yeah. This one should be easy. The nicest celeb that you met?
We definitely weren't Tiger.
No, it weren't Tiger. No.
What a horrible.
We're going to need this Tiger.
Nicest. Oh, you know what? There was a few.
I think
actually,
Reg 32 was quite cool.
Reg 32.
Ashley Waters.
Yeah, really cool guy.
Kano wasn't too bad.
Kano was good. Chipmunk was good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who actually. She was an absolute sweetheart to work with. But got us on the front page of the News of the World. Michelle Keegan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Absolute.
Yeah. Really nice.
Yeah, so nice, so down to earth, and just an all-round nice young lady.
She's done so well, hasn't she? Like,
yeah, she's done really well.
Yeah.
But she's just cool. Her friends were cool as well. Yeah.
Really nice people.
Yeah, right. Who's been the biggest pain in your backside celeb?
fuck a tiger. Yeah, he was just he'd man. So he'd blown up. Tiger was doing big things, you know.
Was he dating a Kardashian and stuff like that?
Just before that, I think.
Yeah.
Just before that.
But I'm sure he was
Probably dating her somewhere. Yeah, probably.
You know? But yeah, it was him. And me and Jules just said, yeah, we're going to get Tiger. Tiger's going to come down.
Yeah.
Reps have been in touch and whatever. And yeah, can we promote it? He's coming down. Yeah, you can, because there was a lot of times that they couldn't, because we said we ain't going to pay these guys. We're just going to say, look, if you want to come, we'll hook you up.
Yeah.
So we've done all this, and we've organised it. I think it was during the midweek as well, and it was a night that we didn't really particularly want to do. It was like a Tuesday night or something like that. So normally it was a night that we went out.
Yeah.
So it sort of put a dent in our social week, social calendar. And we're just waiting for this guy. And this guy is not coming. His reps are outside. Where is he? 12 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30. It's like 1:45.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then he rocks up. And what this complete idiot's done has picked up 15 random people, right? Down from Oxford Street, Regent Street, whichever direction he was heading, right? I swear there was a homeless guy with him as well, right? And they just marched up to the club. So there's now about 25 of them. And they're like, we're going in. We're like, no, you ain't. Like, who are these people? Yeah, I want them in. And it's so late. And there's obviously people down there that have been waiting for this guy. People have left because they just thought he's not coming. Yeah. So eventually we've sort of got him in. He's gone in the VIP room. He's demanding all these drinks, just being a total diva. Yeah. Total diva. We've asked to do a few press things, a few photos, bits and pieces. He wasn't having it. We asked him to go on the mic, maybe just sort of say, thanks for everyone coming out, or something, because all these people have been waiting 3-4 hours for you, and you've been sodding them out, picking up people from the road. Yeah. And he just turned into a complete arse. So I said, you know what? Forget this. Yeah. Get him the fuck out. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he came in. I think he was in the building for about 4 minutes. Yeah. And we threw him out. Just a complete dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was dickhead. Yeah, he was a dickhead. Yeah.
Definitely deserves that tag then.
Yeah.
And dead or alive, who's the celeb, famous person that you wished you could have had in the club but never had?
Can I have one for the dead and one for the alive?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, for alive, I'm a huge boxing fan. It's got to be Mike Tyson. I think, Mike Tyson, I would love to party with him. Yeah. He would have been, I think he's a real character. I mean,
Mike Tyson now, or back in the day Mike Tyson when he was world champ in his 20s?
Probably now, mate. I think
probably could be scary prospect.
Probably knocked out a few of my pals. And I think sort of dead, again on the boxing vibe, Muhammad Ali. I think a character like that,
you got to,
You've got to, haven't you?
Yeah.
He would just be.
He would have been there all day.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna throw one more out there. The original Brat Pack with Frank Sinatra. And,
And
imagine them in Vegas.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be a hell of a party.
Cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I bet they were just rolling. Yeah. On a different level.
Yeah. I love that. And in terms of like taking Anaya aside for a second, like, what's the club or hospitality experience that you look at, respect, and would have loved to have owned anywhere in the world?
Ooh. I think Vegas was incredibly exciting, and Vegas has got some great venues. But I found they're all similar in some sort of way. They've all got their they've all got their angles, haven't they? And they've all But the first time I went there, I thought this Vegas, I would this is me. This is where I would want to. We went to Tao.
Yeah, nice.
One of the first clubs, and Pure. Yeah, Pure in Caesar's Palace. Yeah, I was just wow. Yeah, you just get lost in this club. But I think the best clubbing experience that I've ever had, Ushuaia.
Oh yeah,
in Ibiza.
Yeah, great shout.
Yeah, Ushuaia was just wow. Yeah. And I just looked at it and thought, this is a setup. This is what, if I could ever get to anything, this is where I want to be. Ushuaia.
Yeah, great shout. Yeah, I was there in the summer last year, and I agree with that. It's just the way they do it is just unbelievable. You've got the planes sort of coming in while you're partying. It's something else as an experience.
Atmosphere different there as well.
It's on a different level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
great shout. Love that.
Yeah.
All right. You safe? quick fire over. Thanks, GurJ. Amazing.
So what, like, obviously 2011, 2013 for Anaya, what would you say is like the main problems you went through?
Problems from a business sense or on a personal sense?
Bit of both.
I think on a business sense is the financial side of things, Jules.
Yeah.
You struggle. Clubs are so up and down.
Yeah.
And it's such a hard industry to be in. And I think that you get a lot of club owners now that they're very diverse in their portfolio. They've got other things that are going on. They're earning money from other things. And when it's your only business, it can be incredibly challenging.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you can guarantee your income.
No.
So I would say that's one part of it. On a personal level, it does put a lot of pressure on you as an individual, a lot of pressure on your family, if you've got a family, and then it's really hard for them. For me, I think one of the hardest things that I found, I lost mates.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of good friends over the period, and you can never do enough. You can never do enough for them, and that used to really wind me up. So I'll give an example of what I mean by this.
Yeah.
So, I get a mate of mine or even someone that you've known for a while, but you're not pals, but you just, and he'll give you a call and say, look, GurJ, can we come down to the club? And it's me and my friend, and we're going to come down. And yeah, of course you can. I'm always,
Absolutely.
I'm coming at table 9, man. Look, you got your family.
Yeah, of course.
So we get him over and, bring a friend over with free drinks, with compy all night, and it's great.
Yeah.
They walk away, GurJ, you're the best. You're the best, man. Mate, we need more people like you in the world. And you'd be like, oh, thanks, man. Thanks. One have all the rest of it. And, and I'd get a call back maybe a week or so later, oh, GurJ, that night I was down, wicked night, bro. I met this girl down there. Can I come back? I've promised her, I've told her I'm pals with the owner, so can I bring her down there?
Yeah.
Bro, come on, man.
Yeah.
I'll hook you up, man, no problem. Bro, table 9.
Yeah.
So bring her back, he'll come down with the girl, boom, 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 everything's cool. Again, a couple of weeks later, GurJ, listen, I've told the boys. Well, which boys? The boys from Ilford, or the boys from this area, the boys from Chile.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah. So what it is, my aunt's nephew's sister's son. Yeah, bro, you met him once. Yeah, when? You remember in 98? I think you bumped into him. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 15 then, but he's getting married now. Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh, well, look, there's only 25 of us, bro. There's only 20 of us.
Yeah.
He said, well, I can't.
Are you taking a table or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can't do that for you, bro.
No, you can't.
20, what, 20, is there a girl in there?
Yeah.
In a group of 20? No, just 20 lads. 20 lads.
No.
Oh, is it? No, bro, I can't do that. What about 15? No. What can you do?
6.
4?
Yeah.
6?
Yeah.
Bro, no, I can't do that. We got to have all of them. I said, well, look, I can't do it for you because, look, if I let in 20 lads and there's a problem, you heard this one?
Yeah.
There won't be no problem.
Oh, gosh.
Promise you.
Yeah.
There won't be no problem.
Yeah. Famous last words.
Come on, man. We've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
So, like, look, bro, we can't do that. And I said, you're talking to me. I said, you got to talk to the security and Lara and all the rest of the guys. I said, they ain't going to let you in.
Yeah.
I said, I'd rather tell you no over the phone.
Yeah.
You can't come because when you're going to get to the door, you're going to get turfed anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from being the best guy ever and being told there should be more guys like me, I'm now the worst guy.
Yeah.
And I've gone from helping them
Yeah.
to becoming public enemy number 1.
Yeah.
And it's because I've said no.
Yeah.
And that was it. Oh, you know what? You think you're this, you think you're that, you think you're this, you think you're that guy. I'm like, bro, 2 weeks ago, I've got you wrapped around me, cuddling me like your life depended on it.
Yeah.
So now you're telling me that I'm this bad guy. How can I change in 2 weeks?
Of course.
Yeah.
It all is because I can't do what you need me to do for you because you've promised something it's not down to you. You can't promise someone that you're going to do them this when it's not your shout. It's my shout. It's my business. It's what puts food on my table.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's here sorting this out on a daily, right? I'll come to your business then. I'll do your business. We'll mess up your business. And that was it. Boom. So there was a lot of incidences like that of people that you didn't let them in or you didn't do something for them. And that's it. You just became the worst guy ever. And that was probably the downside,
The downside
of the business. Because you can't, you know, Drew.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Can you say no? you're like, all right, what's the plan here? I can give you as much as I want, but I've got to run a business at the same time. At least buy yourself around.
Yeah.
But they're not going to buy themselves around. Because, oh, you're going to sort me out for it.
Yeah,
You're going to sort me out for it. I definitely see where you're coming from.
Do you remember at Anaya,
Yeah.
where at the back of the back room that we used to go into, like to sort everything out, sort of thing? It was by the bar. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So my table was on the opposite side of the club, the furthest away from the bar, because when I went through to go into the back room, it was like, you know, you see like people like trying to grab me.
Yeah.
What's happening? What's happening, bro? Yeah.
Some zombie movie of people trying to
grab me.
Yeah.
Because everyone wanted to grab a drink.
Cool.
You know, and then what it was, there was always people in there that you would get a drink for sure.
Yeah.
Mate, we our hospitality was never, mate.
Yeah.
We were always giving in that sense. But at the time, I probably got a queue of mandem just waiting there. Waiting there to get a drink.
Yeah.
You know, and then that was again, you just boom, straight through, won't we? Like straight in.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll be back.
But do you feel like there's club owners that don't mind the spotlight and there's club owners that try to hide? Where would you say you was? do you reckon the spotlight was? I didn't mind it. Yeah. And do you feel like you had to do that?
Yeah. It was too much.
Yeah.
So if I was giving advice to other people and things like that, you know, you've got to have it. You need spotlight. You need to be recognisable because obviously that's what's the club is the club is the club. You know, I've had this question thrown at me. What's the best club you've ever been to? What's the best club? Bro, you go to a party in a phone box. It depends who you're with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know? So at the end of the day, you've got to put yourself out there so that you're reachable and you're still recognisable, and that you're a bit of a face, but then also still hold that distance, which is very difficult to do. Because one thing, having that lifestyle and getting in that spotlight is it sucks you in very, very quickly.
Drinking,
everything,
all of it, like just
it comes in and all of it. And to be fair, you like it a bit.
Yeah.
Because
it's like it's one of the ones where you're kind of in control of what's going on around you, but you also got the ability to do what you have to do, really, to keep your business going.
Yeah. I think when we used to go out to clubs and stuff like other than our own, we got so used to. I mean, we never paid.
No.
We never queued.
No.
We never. You know, I can't remember really buying around at that time.
No.
At the time, the clubs were doing well. The circuit, especially actually when I was on the doors as well.
Yeah.
Clubs were doing really, really well.
Yeah.
Then. So the comps and stuff like that were a lot more free flowing.
Yeah.
As time went on, it became. You became that guy. Yo, what's happening? 2 minutes. And no one wanted to talk to you. They knew they were going to get to your drink.
Yeah.
So that became harder and harder and harder. And then obviously for us, it was more like, okay, look, cool. Look, we're not gonna go to these sort of places. But you was there to network as well. But,
of course.
But you're standing there. You're not going to have a drink or you're going to chill or whatever.
Yeah.
But then we for me, I started to go to places where no one knew me.
Yeah.
Like I'd go somewhere like out.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to have a night out.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's actually we started going to even going to a local pub or started going abroad and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you just wanted to be away.
That's it.
Yeah.
But wherever you went, there's always
someone there.
There's always someone there, and they'd be like,
Did you ever meet characters where you're just like, all right, let me keep away from this person. He's going to be a problem.
Daily.
Really?
Daily. I would say, you most of the people that you would on a one-to-one basis, you had nothing in common. Absolutely zero in common. You're zero in common. You're in the same building, but that's around it. You're breathing the same air, but you have nothing in common. So you're always trying to get away. These but the funny thing is, it's always those sort of people that really want to come over and talk to you. Weirdly enough, it's like, hey, look, man. But so that was consistent. You met a lot of people that you didn't want to spend time with. But having said that, there's a lot of people that I've met that again were great friends. People that I know that you could just call them, and just like that, and be back to how you were. So there's a lot of good memories and good friends that I've made through club life.
So with the club and everything, near the ending of it, what was the reason for it to end?
Well, in general, as in overall?
In general, yeah.
I think we just saw the demise.
Yeah.
We saw that, we saw that the time was coming to an end.
Yeah.
people's attitude towards clubbing had changed dramatically.
Mm.
So the youth of today, they're not into clubbing. They're into festivals. They're into going abroad. They're into going to Ibiza and here and there, all over the place. And what used to be that every Saturday night you went to your place, stopped.
Yeah.
And you could see it, and you could see the drop off. And where we were still doing, I was doing a lot of events at aquarium and these sort of places. You could see it there.
Yeah.
You've got 1,000 capacity clubs with 200-300 people in there on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
So you was thinking, well, hang on, this is coming to an end.
Yeah.
So that's when we sort of, we realised that, you know what, we need to go. We need to start looking elsewhere and start looking at other ways that we're going to make a living. Because this is only going to end one way.
Yeah. Because like the nightclubs now compared to back then, so 2011, 2013, I would say about, there was 20, 30 decent West End clubs. And now it's down to 2024, about 6.
Yeah.
Or probably less, 5. What do you think? I reckon it's Tinder, Netflix, and the fact is that you've got so many things to do and so many places to go out with. What do you think the main problem is? Or why do you think nightlife is just diminished in a way?
Well, when Tinder first came out, we saw a drop in the numbers.
Yeah.
Because at the time, I was running a Monday night at Zuba, right, which became the longest running student night. First in the Asian circuit period, so it was 9.5 years. Right, we between 700 to 1,000 people every Monday.
Yeah.
And we absolutely blew it up. It was just a phenomenal event. And that's every Monday.
Wow.
Every Monday, And we saw the drop. We saw the numbers drop. But you can see it in the youth today.
Yeah.
They're
not interested.
I have a one-on-one.
Yeah.
They ain't got a clue.
No.
Put them on a phone.
Yeah.
Or put them on a laptop.
Yeah.
Mate, they talk forever. So yeah, that had a massive effect. I think also, like I said, that the desire to go to these sort of places went out.
Yeah. Streaming
music, because obviously clubs was always about music. So when you're getting your music at home for free, you don't go. And then the big hit, 2020, was COVID.
Yeah.
And people now, they want to do house parties.
Yeah.
The restaurants really picked up their game. So now, originally, you might have had Nobu and Novikov and a few of these guys. Now, it's just, the list is endless, isn't it? Zonoko, Sexy Fish, Monkey House, all these different restaurants. So that they weren't around. Most of these places were nightclubs or bars at the time. So they've all changed and they've all gone into that. And now they've realised that, hang on, there's 2 types of people that are here for us. So we have diners that come in at 6, 7 o'clock and have their meal and go home. And then you have people that come in from 10 o'clock that want to eat a little bit, but then party till 2 a.m. Since they've managed to get those sort of licenses, that's put a bigger impact onto the clubs dropping away. But even on a local standpoint, the clubs that I used to go to at 18, 19 in my local area, every single one of them have gone.
Yeah.
Every single one of them has gone.
Yeah.
And these were clubs that I remember that if we wasn't there 10:30,
you ain't getting in.
Sharp.
Yeah.
Dressed, tight jeans, shiny shoes, right? My coloured Ralph Lauren on.
Yeah.
Versace blue jeans. If I was not there ready, you ain't getting it.
Yep.
But also, what do you think about the dress code now? All right. Back in our days, when we were out all the time, we had to wear either a shirt, nice jeans, or you can wear your shoes, or you can wear your designer trainers, or you can wear your blazer. You had to look sharp, basically, to get in. If you look at the clubs now, I feel like the younger lot, they look like they're going to the park, some of them. They're wearing T-shirts and then, I don't know, there's not much effort. So I think that's also a big problem as well. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's how some people can carry off not making an effort but still look really good.
Yeah.
But others just look like they've just woken up and I mean, we're from that old school.
Yeah.
We've got to get ready.
Yeah.
But some of these kids, but then, some of these kids are wearing hoodies and a £1,000 hoodie and
that's true.
That's true. And you think, wow, but yeah, I mean, I'll go with you, Jules. I've always liked it that you should be dressed to go out. But
things change.
It's the culture, though, right?
It's a cultural thing.
You talked about urban music earlier. That's the culture is urban in many ways, so that's how people want to dress. They want to emulate their heroes and stuff. And I think it's a lot of boys I hung out wanted to dress like Beckham.
Yeah.
When we were going out, and copy his haircuts.
Yeah.
A lot of the youngsters want to, look like they're hip hop stars and stuff like that. So I kind of get it, like how it changes, you know. So yeah, you guys sounding a bit old over there, bringing it back.
I don't think we'll ever get away wearing that. I think I saw a picture of 50 Cent the other day. He's wearing a full-on suit with Air Force Ones.
No, that's not.
I don't know.
No, it's not it.
I mean, what about Richie Sunak trying to wear the smart suit with a pair of Adidas Gazelles?
Oh yeah.
No, Richie, no,
it doesn't really work.
no,
it doesn't work.
Cool. All right. Well, I think coming towards the end.
Yeah.
I can't believe how quick this has gone.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to keep going for more stories. But I think like one of the things that like we want to ask you before you go is, what advice would you give to GurJ in his early 20s as he's, you know, thinking about getting into the hospitality game, like that you think would have put you in good stead, you know, in the future? And
you know what? I think I've done really well.
Yeah.
I think I've done really well. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, handling of people, saving more money might have been advisable.
Yeah.
But no, you know what? Sometimes I think you just got to give yourself a bit of a pat on the back and say, you know what? You've done all right.
Yeah.
You've done all right.
Yeah.
You've done all right. And the fact that, you know, we can still come here after all these years and sit here and chat and just chill and still be able to go anywhere and make a call and get in and still mix with so many people that I haven't seen for a while. And just like, so just call them randomly and they're like, no problem. Like, let's go. So no, I think I've done all right.
Yeah.
So for someone else, I would say make sure you have good, strong people around you. Okay.
Yeah.
It's risky out there. Don't put all your eggs in one basket with clubs.
No.
Because it does go pop incredibly quickly.
Yeah.
So I would say on a financial sense that you think if you're there for it and you think you're going to make loads and loads of money, you know, think carefully about that. And don't put yourself out too much to help everybody.
Okay.
All right? Pick and choose. Because most of these people that want your help, they'll quite happily kick you in the backside right afterwards.
Yeah.
So pick and choose and don't take it to heart.
Great advice.
They'll handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll handle it better and you'll sleep easy at night.
Love that.
Cool.
Wow.
All right.
It's a good one then, isn't it? Thank you, GurJ.
Thank you,
GurJ.
GurJ.
Thank
Amazing.
you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks, GurJ.
Cool, man. Good luck.
All right.
Cool, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, GurJ.
Yeah, man.